Most men walk through life blind to the truth. They think that if a woman likes them, she'll shout it from the rooftops, make it obvious, and leave no room for doubt. But reality doesn't work that way. The truth is this: when a woman is truly drawn to you, more often than not, she hides it. Not because she doesn't feel it, but because female psychology is both emotional and strategic. She may laugh less, look away, even act cold, all while her heart betrays her silence. Why? Because women rarely hand over their power so easily. They protect themselves from rejection, from judgment, from appearing desperate. So instead of confessing, they conceal. They drop hints. They test. They wait for you to notice what most men never will. And here's the danger. If you can't read these hidden signals, you'll miss opportunities that could have changed everything. You'll mistake her caution for disinterest and walk away, leaving her wondering why you never saw the truth. But once you understand this hidden language, everything shifts. Suddenly, her behavior makes sense. You'll see what other men overlook. You'll recognize the quiet signs of attraction, even when she tries to bury them. And that, my friends, is the difference between the man she forgets and the man she secretly longs for. So in today's talk, we break down the subtle, powerful signs a woman likes you, but is trying not to show it. Pay attention. Because once you learn this, you'll never see women the same way again. Part 1. She gets nervous, but tries to play it. Cool. One of the most subtle, yet powerful signs that a woman is drawn to you is her nervousness. Many men mistake this for indifference or discomfort, but the truth is more nuanced. When a woman feels attraction, her emotions rise before her mind can regain control. Her body speaks what her words conceal. You'll notice the small things. She fidgets with her hair, taps her fingers, adjusts her clothes the moment you step into the room. These are not random habits. They're unconscious signals of heightened awareness, of her caring about how she appears in your presence. But here's where it becomes layered. While her body betrays her interest, her mind urges her to hide it. She doesn't want to feel exposed, so she'll try to act detached, avoiding your eyes too quickly, using a slightly colder tone as if she's unaffected. Pay attention to her voice. It may soften or rise just a little when directed at you, something she doesn't do with others. Watch her in groups. When you arrive, her posture changes, her presence sharpens. She becomes more aware of herself. That's not coincidence. That's attraction trying to stay hidden. The mistake men make is calling it out. Exposing her nervousness will shut her down. The Stoic approach is simple. Remain calm, unshaken. Let her be nervous. It's a silent compliment. Women don't get nervous around men they feel nothing for. If she tries hard to seem indifferent, yet her small habits reveal otherwise, you've already made an impact. Stay grounded. Observe. Her silence and her nerves are telling you more than her words ever will. Part 2. Her eyes say more than her words. A woman can guard her words. She can shape her tone, mask her attitude, even rehearse her composure. But there is one thing she cannot fully command: her eyes. They speak a language older than words, a language of instinct and raw emotion. And when a woman is drawn to you, that truth slips through her gaze, no matter how carefully she tries to conceal it. Notice the eye contact. Sometimes it lingers, almost as if she's searching for connection. Other times, it breaks too quickly, because holding it feels too vulnerable. Both extremes carry the same meaning. Your presence unsettles her calm. If you catch her looking at you in a group when she has no reason to, that's not random. Women check on men they care about, even when they pretend otherwise. There's also the lingering glance, the fraction of a second longer than necessary. If her eyes drift toward your mouth while you're speaking, that's attraction revealing itself on a level she may not admit, even to herself. And when you catch her staring, notice her reaction. If she immediately looks away, fiddles with her phone, or feigns distraction, that's not disinterest. That's guilt, the instinct of someone whose secret just surfaced. Even her pupils can betray her. Dilated eyes, a quiet spark when you speak, a smile she can't suppress. These are signals no training can hide. Men often get lost in words, but women's words are crafted shields. Her eyes, however, are unfiltered. Here's the Stoic truth. If her lips say, "just friends," yet her gaze keeps returning to you, believe her eyes. They already told you what her voice refuses to admit. Part 3. Body language betrays her attraction. A woman's words can be guarded, her smile can be practiced, but her body, her movements, her posture, her space will always speak before her lips do. And no matter how carefully she tries to mask her feelings, attraction leaks out in physical form. Pay attention to how she positions herself. If, in a group setting, her body naturally angles toward you, that's not coincidence. People instinctively turn toward what draws them. On the other hand, if she closes off or angles away, that signals disinterest. A woman who likes you may try to appear casual, but her body betrays her intent. Then comes the distance factor. Women are protective of their personal space with men they don't feel comfortable around. But when she's attracted, that invisible barrier shrinks. She may stand closer than necessary, brush past you lightly, or lean in when you speak. Those aren't random touches. They're her way of letting you in. Notice her hands, playing with her hair, touching her neck, adjusting her clothes. These are signs of nervous energy, a physical release of emotions she's trying to control. If she does this more around you than others, you've already stirred something in her. Another subtle giveaway is mirroring. If she crosses her legs when you do, picks up her drink when you do, or matches your posture, her body is aligning with yours. This is unconscious rapport building, her way of saying, "I'm in rhythm with you." Even her feet speak. Psychology tells us feet point toward what we truly want. If hers keep finding you while she talks to others, her attention is already yours. The Stoic man knows this. Women can hide behind words, but not behind their bodies. If you stay observant, her body will always reveal the truth first. Part 4. The accidental jealousy test. When a woman is drawn to you but refuses to admit it, she often uses a subtle weapon: jealousy. Not because she truly wants another man, but because she wants to measure you, your composure, your investment, your strength. She may casually drop another man's name in conversation. "He's so funny," or "he texted me something interesting." On the surface, it seems harmless. But beneath the words, she's watching you closely. Your tone, your body language, the slightest flicker in your energy. She's not testing the other man, she's testing you. Sometimes, the test comes through playful flirtation in your presence. A louder laugh at another man's joke, a light touch on his arm. These aren't accidents. They're carefully chosen signals designed to see whether you'll react. Not because she wants him, but because she wants to feel your quiet claim. Even online, the test continues. A sudden photo posted for attention, a mention of being out with people you don't know. Again, it's not about replacing you, it's about provoking curiosity, pulling a reaction without having to ask directly. Why does she do this? Psychology. Women are wired to seek reassurance without exposing themselves to rejection. If she asks, "Do you care about me?" she risks hearing no. But if she stirs a little jealousy, she gets her answer without risking her pride. Here's where most men fail. They either overreact, showing anger, insecurity, or jealousy, or they withdraw into cold indifference. Both extremes break attraction. The Stoic man finds balance. He acknowledges the test without crumbling. Calm, confident, unbothered. A light, playful response that shows strength and presence. Because what she truly seeks isn't drama. It's proof of your emotional strength. If you pass, she'll feel even more drawn to you, even as she pretends she doesn't. Part 5. The push-pull game. One of the most confusing signals a woman sends when she secretly likes you is the push-pull dynamic. This is when she shows clear signs of interest, warmth, laughter, playful touches, only to suddenly pull away, act cold, or pretend she doesn't care. To most men, this feels maddening, but in truth, it's one of the strongest signs she's fighting her attraction. Here's how it works. One moment, she's fully engaged, leaning in, smiling, maybe even brushing your arm. You feel certain she's drawn to you. Then, without warning, she goes distant. Short replies, less eye contact, a sudden drop in energy. You're left questioning yourself, replaying every detail, wondering if you imagined her earlier interest. This back and forth is not random, it's deliberate, her way of protecting herself while testing you. If she pulls away and you panic, chase, or beg for reassurance, she learns you're emotionally dependent on her moods. That instantly reduces her respect. But if you stay grounded, calm, unshaken, still moving with your own rhythm, she realizes you're not a man who can be controlled by emotional games. That, paradoxically, makes you more attractive. Push-pull also serves another purpose, tension. By keeping you guessing, she ensures you stay engaged. Predictability breeds boredom, but mystery keeps the mind hooked. Sometimes this shows up in communication. Rapid-fire texts one day, silence the next, excited plans followed by last-minute cancellations. To you, it feels inconsistent. To her, it's a way of measuring your stability. Most men fail by chasing harder when she pulls back. The Stoic response is different. Mirror her energy without losing your composure. Don't collapse. Don't chase. Keep your life moving. When you remain steady, she sees a man she cannot manipulate, and that draws her closer. The push-pull isn't rejection, it's attraction in disguise. Handle it with strength, and you win her respect and her interest. Part 6. Jealousy without admission. One of the clearest signs a woman likes you but doesn't want you to know is hidden jealousy. Women rarely admit it outright. To say, "I'm jealous," would expose her vulnerability and give away her true feelings. Instead, she masks it in subtle behaviors that you must learn to recognize. For example, imagine you're talking to another woman, a friend, co-worker, or even a stranger. If she secretly likes you, you'll notice her energy shift. She may suddenly go quiet, give short answers, or act distracted. That coldness isn't disinterest. It's her way of hiding the sting of competition. Other times, she compensates by becoming louder or inserting herself back into your attention. Maybe she makes a sharp joke, teases you, or drops a sarcastic comment like, "Wow, she seems really into you." Beneath the sarcasm lies the burn of jealousy. Another tactic is mirroring. If she sees you around women, she might casually mention another man, a friend, an ex, or even a celebrity. Not because she cares about those men, but because she wants to test if you'll react the same way she just did. Jealousy is her way of fishing for proof that you care. The truth is simple. Jealousy is always tied to desire. Indifference is the true opposite of attraction. If she didn't care, your interactions with other women wouldn't affect her at all. But here's the mistake men make. Either confronting her with, "Are you jealous?" or playing games to make her more jealous. Both backfire. The Stoic move is to notice, but not react. Stay calm, stay confident, and let her jealousy expose her interest. In the end, her silence says nothing. But her reactions around other women say everything. Part 7. The Mixed Signals Game. One of the most confusing hidden signs that a woman secretly likes you but refuses to admit is the infamous game of mixed signals. For men, it feels like being pulled in two directions at once. One day, she's warm, flirty, and engaged. The next, she's distant, cold, or completely unavailable. On the surface, it seems like she's indecisive. But in reality, this push and pull is not random. It's a strategy. When a woman feels genuine attraction, she also feels vulnerable. Being too obvious risks rejection or giving away control. So instead of showing steady interest, she gives you moments of connection, then pulls away to protect herself. It's her way of testing you. Will you stay composed, or will you lose balance and start chasing harder? You'll see it in small patterns. She texts you first, then ignores you the next day. She laughs at your jokes in person, then acts like you're just friends later. She compliments you, but follows it with, "Don't get cocky." On the surface, it's mixed. Underneath, it's attraction wrapped in self-protection. Here's where most men fail. They overreact. When she's warm, they think she's all in. When she pulls away, they panic, chase, or question her intentions. That's how they lose their frame, by letting her emotional rhythm control theirs. A Stoic man does the opposite. He stays consistent. He enjoys the warmth without clinging. He stays calm during the cold spells. He doesn't mirror her inconsistency. He becomes the stable force in the middle of her storm. And here's the truth. Indifference never looks like mixed signals. If she didn't care, there would be no game at all. Mixed signals are signals. Handle them with steadiness, and you transform her uncertainty into deeper respect and attraction. Attraction isn't built by chasing or overreacting. It's built by calm strength. When you stop playing her game and start mastering your own frame, she feels it, and that's when the dynamic changes. Stay grounded, stay silent, stay powerful. If you found value here, subscribe to the Stoic Wolf for more timeless lessons on strength, attraction, and discipline.